A lot of respect for the Baltimore Ravens. I think it's an organization that's had a lot of success over a lot of years. You got great players. Many players in their defense who have either been there for a while or have been there in the past and are back now. I think they're well coached. They have good players, and it'd be a great challenge for us to go in there and play and try to put together a strong performance. So, take any questions you have.
Kirk, after rewatching Sunday's game and moving forward this week, what are some of the points on offense that you guys are trying to emphasize?
I think it's no one thing. It's a combination of factors that we're always going to try to get better at. But just being productive on first down, being productive on second down, avoiding penalties, and converting third downs, and staying on the field, and finding ways to be explosive, and protecting the football and scoring touchdowns in the red zone, not kicking field goals. A lot of the same critical points we'll talk about really every single week.
You had earlier in the season, you guys were unable to get offensive touchdowns in the second half. It was better against Carolina, but that kind of resurfaced against Dallas. Is that the same issues or bugaboos, or what exactly?
I'm not sure. I think we just have to, find ways when we get down in the red zone to score touchdowns, not kick field goals, and convert third downs, and protect the football, and avoid negative plays, and stay in favorable down and distances, and then the points will come.
Weigh risk reward, whether throwing the ball downfield or a check down. How do you do that when you look back at the film? Are there a few more times you wish you would have taken more chances?
Yeah, there'll always be those moments where you're going to weigh whether you should have pushed the ball downfield or not. And I think there were a couple times where I wish I had. And you keep trying to learn every single time.
Baltimore is known for kind of their blitzing. You've historically had good statistics against teams that blitz. I guess what's the key to handling teams that are showing pressure from a lot of different areas?
You just need to be targeted correctly, know where their potential threats are, and then there's the pre-snap look they'll give you, but the post-snap look is really what matters. And so being able on the fly to react to what they're doing based on, regardless of what they're showing you pre-snap. And then, it really takes a team effort. It takes, our protection scheme. Everybody's got to be targeted right, get to the right guys, and react on the move. And then, we've got to be able to get the ball out. You don't want to hold on to it forever when they're bringing a lot of players, and have good guys getting open quickly on the back end.
As a leader on this team and quarterback, do you take it on yourself to try to pick guys up after a tough loss, or just make sure they stay engaged in what can be a long season?
I think every day you come in, you have a positive attitude, you have a lot of energy, you want to be a great encourager, and I think a lot of guys in this locker room, really everybody in this locker room, really takes the same approach, and that's really what it's all about.
Playing the same position, what's it like just seeing a guy like Lamar Jackson who can pass and run with such equal efficiency there?
Tremendous player, tremendous athlete. First time I saw him in person was the Pro Bowl a few years ago, and you could even see in a game like that where not everybody's going full speed every play, you could still see his ability to change direction and why he's had a lot of the success he's had running the football. It's a special skill that he has, and he's a great player.
Because you've watched Justin kind of mature over the last year or two here, how has he handled the success and kind of becoming a household name around the league fairly quickly while seeming to, I guess, stay fairly grounded around here?
I think he's been a consistent player from day one, a consistent personality from day one. He's really been the same guy. I wouldn't expect anything different. You'd hate for success or struggles to change anybody. Let them be who they are and be consistent. But he's played at a high level really from the moment he got here, and he's continued to do that, and that's really what good players do and should do.
How does he respond coming off a game where he probably doesn't have the kind of production that he was hoping for?
I think he stays, even keel and just keeps going back to work, and I think he knows that there are, where the plays were that, we could have connected. I think there were, the sideline throw, there was one over the middle, there's moments where they're there, we're targeting him, but the throw's a little off. We're just not making the completion, making the play. So, we just have to find ways to get those inches and make those plays.
Are you
7 games in? What's the biggest difference between Gary and Clint?
I don't think there is a major difference. I think it's, if anything, there's a lot of consistency. A lot of similarities. And I think Clint's done a really good job, week in and week out of putting together a plan and then executing that plan and, being on the same page. And, I've been really pleased with the job he's done.
Has there been any contact at all, Gary, with the team? If you guys go through a hard time, or is he just kind of he's out of the picture, and Clint,
I'm sure he's connected. I'm sure he's watching tape and involved to some degree. Just like other coaches I've had in the past, I'll reach out to coaches and get their feedback, get their thoughts, after a lot of games going through the years. And I would put Gary on that list as somebody I would always, feel, if I call him, he's going to pick up the phone and be able to connect with me.
Are you surprised that Lamar Jackson, as much success as he's had, been an MVP, is taking it upon himself to negotiate his own contract?
I don't even know anything about that, so I really couldn't comment. But he's a great player, and I'm sure, the negotiating part, with what he's done on the field, he's probably put himself in a great spot.
Statistically, the Ravens have given up a lot of production to tight ends. Is that a thing that you're aware of going into a game, or do you not even focus on things like that?
I think you're aware of, a lot of different parts of, what they've put on tape. You study it, and you have your plan, and then during the game you got to be ready to react too, because there are changes, that teams will make week to week and game to game. So you said be ready to go.
Tyler, how far has he come this season and in the past few years to the point where, you're comfortable throwing a deep ball to him down the sideline on 3rd and 2?
Yeah, Tyler's a great player, and he's another player that if we have more than one football to go around, he'd get a lot more touches, because it's it's tough with only so many plays, and that's where you want to that one of the side benefits of staying on the field, converting 3rd downs, being on the field more, gives more opportunities to guys like Tyler, more plays, so that they can get the ball, because he's a great player who, when the ball comes his way, makes plays. And but we do feel like we have a lot of other great players in a lot of other positions too, and with only one football to go around, sometimes he can be the odd man out. But he showed on the 3rd down early in the game what he's capable of and why he's out there, and he's shown that in practice time and again. So, a lot of confidence in him to make a play like that again and again.